What's good, YouTube and TikTok? It's your boy Willie Wade back in another NBA content video. In this NBA content video, we're gonna be talking about the Houston Rockets. So, shout out to NBA for making this possible to show the fact that they went 14-2 in their last 16 games. Ime Udoka, in my opinion, is a top 3 coach. Like, I remember when he signed with the when he went to Houston and like signed the contract to coach them. I remember I told one of my friends, I'm like, yo, Rockets might be serious like in a few years now or like soon, because Udoka's a great coach and like I seen what he did in Boston. Like that finals run he had was very impressive, and he just know how to like adjust and just make everybody on the team like important. So I remember my friend was like, "Oh no, like what they're gonna do?" I'm like, "I watch." I was like, "They're gonna do a lot soon. Watch, they're gonna at least make the play-in." They almost made it last year, and then now they're the second seed. And I'm not gonna lie, we're lucky he's still not the coach for Boston, cause, whew, oh my goodness, if he was still the coach for Boston, oh man, Boston might 3P with Udoka. I'm not even trying to like meat ride Udoka, but I just know when a coach is like that, and Udoka is like that, because this team should not be this good this early. But anyway, what I was really gonna talk about, right? So we're gonna go through the roster, and then I'm gonna say what I want to say. So Sengun, he's the best player on the team right now, in my opinion. He plays like Jokic, but he's obviously not Jokic yet, but he plays like Jokic. He get everybody involved. He scores at a respectable level. His defense could get some work a little. His defense could get a little better in the future. But it's respectable right now. Ahmed Thompson, in my opinion, has the most potential on this team, because I feel like once he get a jump shot, like everything's just gonna fall in line with his game, because he could defend, he could pass, he could rebound, like he could do everything outside of shooting right now. Like once he get a jump shot, I feel like he could be the best player on this team. Jalen Green, he reminds me of like a Bradley Beal. Like he's gonna get his points and do get a few assists and do the little things a little bit. So yeah, I feel like he's just gonna be a great scorer long term for this team, and that's gonna help them long term because he is a dog when he's locked in. Look, Dylan Brooks, you can say whatever you want about Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks, you could say, oh, he just talks shit. He don't really do nothing, but them Grizzlies teams, they not winning most of those games without Dylan Brooks, and that's the same thing that goes with the Rockets. Like you need players like Dylan Brooks on your team because that makes your team more confident in what you really are. Fred VanVleet, he's a great he's a great vet for this team because he already accepted the role of just being a great vet for the young players, and that's a good thing for Fred VanVleet because I thought he was a selfish player when he was in Toronto, but I'll give him his respect. Tari Eason, he's low key an underrated defender in my opinion. He don't really get his credit for like what he do for the Rockets. Like he's a valuable 3-and-D, and I feel like he's gonna be a great 3-and-D long term just because he's like 6'7" and he can hit respectable shots. And yeah, that's how I feel about Tari Eason. Jabari Smith, another great defender. I think he's just gonna be a great role player long term. Like he's gonna be like in that Ariza, Sean Marion, Shane Battier type of tier, which is not a problem. He's 6'11" and he's doing his job right now for this team. Some people just not built to be stars. But he's gonna be a great role player long term for this team. Steven Adams, another great vet to pick up. He still gets a lot of great rebounds. He passed at a respectable level still. So yeah, great vet. Jeff Green, another great vet, great vocal leader for this team. Like he just want to win, He just want to, because I remember in Denver, like he was being a great leader towards the young rising players on the Nuggets. So it's a great addition to this Rockets team. He's a great addition to this Rockets team. Anyway, Cam Whitmore, I feel like the Rockets should give Cam Whitmore more minutes, but Doka knows what he's doing, so I ain't gonna what I know. Feel me? But I feel like Cam Whitmore should get more minutes because I felt like he could be like a great asset long term for the Rockets, and he could really score at a good level. Aaron Hardy, I feel like Aaron Hardy could help a lot of teams like long term because like he's a very solid player. I feel like he's low key underrated, But that's just how I feel about Aaron Holiday. Reece Shepard, I feel like you got to give him some time. I feel like he's gonna be a good player in this league. Do I feel like he's gonna be a star? No, I feel like he's gonna be like a great. I feel like he's gonna have like an Austin Reeves type career if like everything falls in line. But we'll see. I feel like they should trade Deshaun Tate. He's still a solid player. He do the little things. I feel like he'll help other teams because I feel like the Rockets kind of gave up on him. Because I remember he was getting more minutes like years ago. But who knows? We'll see. And I thought the Grizzlies was messing with David Roddy. I thought they was fucking with David Roddy, but I guess they not. And yeah, that's the most of the Rockets roster. I'm not gonna talk about the others because they don't really play at all. So yeah. But anyway, my real question is, when this playoffs start, how far you think the Rockets is gonna go, and who you think will be the best player on this team long term? I'm out of here.